Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello. I walk. Hopefully, you can find me. I'm just going to in the a different chat here this morning. Having some kind of difficulties with YouTube. It would not allow me to click in where I would click in. So I'll wait a few minutes for those that may have to move over and find me that I'm live. But I was in there and then some, it would not let me go live in that. So I had to open up another window. So click the likes if you're in. Sorry about that confusion. I had to go through a different way. Something was going on with YouTube. So if you're here in the stream, welcome. Sorry about that, having to move somewhere else. Um, it would not allow me in that entry technology sometimes, but we're here, right? So was trying to get in. Good morning. Good morning. Happy, happy waxing gibbous. We're actually in waxing gibbous now. Um, before we go into the new moon, but we're in waxing gibbous. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I know I had to give a few seconds and I'll get started. I had to move to a different opening because something was going on with technology here on YouTube would not allow me in. So, good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? I hope that you're well on this Thursday. Happy Snakes Day or happy St. Patrick's Day, or if you would like to call it that. But we're going to get in. I'll wait a few minutes, but happy St. Patrick's Day or happy Snakes Day or whatnot. And if you know what the meaning of that means, then by all means, it's up to you. It's a holiday for some and for some not. So I'm going to wait just a minute. I'm going to go on and get started. I'm sorry for the delay on my end. I was here on time, but there was technical problems with getting into YouTube on the original screen. So that's that. So as last week, just talking about catching us all up. From last week, we had the last week we talked about um, our moon cycles. We're in a moon cycle series. And so we started a few weeks ago. We're talking about the moon and really diving deep into what does the moon do for us and how does it connect to us. Okay. All right. No problem with emailing me. Just get right back into Patreon or email me. It's fine. So this week we're talking about waxing gibbous. And the past few weeks we've been talking about the divine infant, as far as divine femininity, the full itself. We talked about first quarter last week, the huntress archetype, and we talked about you should have seen that in Patreon. There's a series written there about each moon. I'm just going back through my notes. And then we talked about the new moon. Well, no, we haven't talked about the new moon. But yes, we did. We talked about the new moon is phase, and we're going through all 9 phases, right, of the moon. So I'm going to get in. So last week we talked about the first quarter, and now this week we're diving into waxing gibbous. Okay, so and welcome. Hit the likes if you're here. Comment. Also share this link. I'm sorry we had to jump to a different screen technology. Sometimes it did not cut on at all. So it's such a beautiful time and always a great time to understand about the moon. What does the moon do for us? Also, what does the sun do for us? But right now, we're focusing on the moon and her circular cycles and how she invests in us and how we, as spiritual beings, and having a human experience and And moonbeams, so to speak, going by her clock is how we give back to her. So it's a uh, reciprocal energy with back and forth, how she shows up every night, and then we can show up and learn our energy and how we can synchronize with her. There's a lot of aspects to the universe, as far as astrology and different things, your planets and the inner planets that affect us. But we're focusing on the moon. That is one of my passions, is the moon. How she it does so much work with us, and it's good to have a good focal point to work, not to be really all over in a lot of different places. Tackle and consistent and precise and maximize that energy, and to grow and be consistent in the area long term, because this is a spiritual journey. It's a lifestyle. It's a filling your cup. Building yourself up through through times of growth, and during times of where things is just at a place, maybe just consistent, and then there's where challenges come in to test us. That's part of life. And life has its ups and downs, and teachings us. But if we have a consistent spiritual lifestyle journey on an individual basis, then you can weather all of the different changes that you have signed up to do coming to Earth School. Okay, so the waxing gibbous is an archetype. Her archetype is the lover. First quarter we talked about last week, her archetype was the hunter. So the archetype lover is passionate in many types. Is she the passionate in many types of love? Okay, so she's the lover archetype, and so a love for family. She brings out wax and gibbous, family and friends. The divine, infinite God, the creator of the universe. Whatever way you may have the mind of Christ, Buddhism, whatever that is, whatever religion you may follow, whatever that may be, the wax gibbous has an influence over everyone as spiritual beings to guide us, to help us, and to bring us in love, and for life in itself, the love of your own individual life. One of the main things that we have to know is that not only do we have a connection with the divine infinite, and divine feminine is the moon, and the divine masculine is the sun, our main planets that we see here on earth. But one of the main important things is to grasp the love of yourself, and what the divine is there to tell you through this archetype is to take time to know that you are love. You were born through love. You request to love yourself, and the divine, most importantly, loves you, and that you are loved. If you thought you're not loved or feeling loved, life has brought you so in a place, or over the years, or maybe there's been some challenges through your childhood, maybe even as an adulthood, or wherever you may be in your life currently, that maybe there are some things in your life that made you feel unloved, or you haven't felt true love. Truly know that the divine is true love. True love is a love that is unconditional. True love is not a feeling. Love is not a feeling, it is a decision to do, whether or without a feeling. So sometimes when people have all these feelings of the flesh, the human side of, especially when you're now dating, or you're in a new dating, or these different things, your heart flutter. You're like, oh my God, you start to sweat. That's flesh. That's flesh. That's our human nature of expression of the 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 outer feeling of love. But over time, as you develop a relationship, a friendship, then you will no longer have those outer feelings, but then you will have to reach into yourself to understand that love is not a feeling, it is the decision. And then it is a decision, it is not a feeling. Okay. And this is where people get things misconstrued about love, because love is unconditional. It is a commitment to take time with the divine, a commitment to take time with the moon, to see who she is and how she speaks to you and how she guides to you and how she wants to be in a cycler relationship with you, because she represents ultimately the divine infinite God above all things, that developed you and made you as you made a choice to endow yourself into this earth realm and to say that I am love, I am mostly made of love, and I will walk through this journey of life knowing that every step I take, every move I make, the divine is watching me and I am full of love. That's grand rising, to know that you are that. So waxing gibbous represents a phase of the end of spring and um, at the end of spring moving into summer. So that's one of her representations of the her phase. Okay. And gibbous, as you will look into the sky tonight, if it's not cloudy and you've been looking into the sky since first quarter, and her moving into waxing gibbous since the beginning of the week, if you've been charting, which I've been sharing to chart every day, the percentages in the moon, she is glowing. She's starting to budge. She's budging and she's showing more. So she's glowing and growing her way into being full and moving into the full moon phase. Okay. Some will feel the energy level increase. Some will feel energy levels increase. I know that I personally feel levels of increase when waxing gibbous is in place. I personally chart my life in each chapter. So we're in the third chapter of the year. I personally chart my energy, and I strongly suggest that you chart your energy. I know my energy goes up. I tend to lose less. I normally um, um, lose sleep. I'm normally less sleepy and I have more of an increase in my energy level. I do track it with the wax and gibbous. And if you pay close attention to your energy with charting within your journal, your sacred journal, you will see how if your energy goes up or if it goes down. Um, the energy level increases in some it doesn't, as I was saying, mines do. Sometimes people will also, with the waxing gibbous, feel more emotions rising to the surface. So you may feel a little bit more weepy, full of emotions. Past memories may come up. That's very important to know, that past memories may come up. Um, that have caused need to recover from. So there may be some past memories, maybe some loved ones that have affected you in some kind of life. Maybe there was some toxicity in your life or some mishaps in your life. Those things will rise as the tide rise in this waxing gibbous phase, moving us into full. So that is something kind of, it's normal. So you'll feel those things, and those are areas that bring to rise up into you, to take you into a state of recovery and to take you into a state of release. Okay. Um, Past memories of life experiences. Also, at times during the waxing givers moving into full, there are portals that open up to our ancestors. Okay. And it opens where they come to sit with you and connect with you, so you can so this is a good time to refresh your altar and your ancestor altars if you have them up. If you have developed the ancestor altar, this is the time to go on ahead, refreshing them, cleanse them, sage them, maybe use floor oil, whatever way you do, make your own cleansing, whatever way you do. If cleanse your ancestor altars, moving into full moon, and we're now waxing gibbous, so you can, those portals are coming through lots of times during waxing gibbous. um and then so it brings us into a release of past, and it causes us, give me one moment please. Give me one moment please. have to clear out something. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I need to have a moderator. I thought that I had you as a moderator listed. Give me 1 second. Okay,